All right, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening to you. This is your main man, I'm a Different Echelon. I'm Darius Nolan, and this is the I'm a Different Echelon podcast. So happy that you guys decided to join me tonight. We have a great guest tonight, a lovely young woman that is making a big difference, and not just the Charleston community, but all around the U.S. and hopefully around the world very, very soon. But before we get to her, just want to give a quick little update. I feel like I'm doing headlines right now, but just found out that President Trump has been impeached for the second time, the only president to ever be impeached twice. And for those of you who don't understand what that means when Congress nominates a president for impeachment, he is impeached. It does not mean that he has to leave right then. It still has to go through the Senate to get upheld and therefore put that person out of the White House. This happened two other times, I believe, with Andrew Jackson post Civil War, with Richard Nixon, I believe, in 1972 before I was, and also with William Bill Clinton back in the 90s with his scandal with Monica Lewinsky. So the latest president to be impeached, and the first president to be impeached twice in one term is President Donald J. Trump. So despite how you feel about that, that is what it is. He's going to be out of the office in about, what's today, the 11th, so I guess essentially 9 days. President Joseph Biden will be sworn in at that time. So that's a bit of a headline right there, just found out. And also, to another sports headline, James Harden was just traded to the Brooklyn Nets. I do not care about that. I'm a Knicks fan anyway. So we're just going to move on to the broadcast. Once again, I'm very favored to have a very good, I've known her a very long time, but not known her like that. But saw her on Facebook doing some tremendous things, and I asked her to be a part of this movement, a part of this podcast, so she agreed to do so. So we're going to bring in Miss Chajuanna Gathers. Very happy to have her. Are you there?
I'm here.
All right,
Can you
very,
hear
very
me?
good. Can you hear me? I can hear you very well. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm
You
good.
doing good? All right,
It was
very, very good.
quite a day,
Oh, really? What
but
happened?
yes,
No? All right.
I'll just say I work with children.
All right. Well, I can imagine that was very trying, especially amidst this pandemic and all of that good stuff. So, a little history between you and I. I probably met you once in my lifetime before here recently, back in the early 2000s, maybe in the church world. Um, and so I didn't see you for a while, and then recently. You on Facebook, and I saw some movement that you were doing with women and things of that nature. So kind of catch me up. Like, first of all, give the viewers, the listeners, a little bit about yourself. They clearly see your name at the bottom, but who is Chajuanna C.J. Gathers?
Okay. Could you confirm that the viewers don't have an echo? Is anybody
Yeah,
tuning in on
yeah.
live?
If you guys have an echo or there's any distortion with the sound, please comment in the comment bar, and we'll be able to try to fix that as much as we can.
Just want to know if there's an echo on my part.
Yeah, I don't. You sound good over here, but just carry on until someone says something else, I guess. But yeah, so who are you, my friend?
Well, I'm the mom.
All right.
No kidding. So I'm a PK. I'll say that's like the first thing that identifies me. I grew up in church. My mom and dad, my sister's watching. Please, then mom and dad, the link. I forgot. And you know they old. So
Be nice.
daddy, mommy, sorry. But Facebook and older people, God bless them. But but yes, we grew up in church. Dad is a pastor. Mom was preacher, grandma preacher, uncle. Just long line of people in church and preaching and working in the community and all that good stuff. My dad was not only just a preacher, but he worked in the community with AIDS and HIV activism for a really long time. And we just grew up helping people. We grew up with, they wouldn't mind me saying this, people on our couches, transplants from New York who don't have a job or just trying to get back on their feet and pull themselves up by the bootstraps. I remember that. Sometimes my parents would give away their cars. And we just grew up helping and giving to people. So it's not a surprise that would be ingrained in us. Or myself. And yeah, so with that being said, I went off to Benedict, and I have a bachelor's degree in religion and philosophy because I thought I should follow in their footsteps and be this mega preacher. And the reason I did religion and philosophy, let me just say that I felt that you should understand other people's views and theologies and their religion, their beliefs, in order to have a respectful conversation. So even if I didn't want to, if I wanted to draw them to Christ, how can I if I don't respect or know or understand where they are? And I just thought it was a way to have an open mind. So with that being said, I was in the ministry for many years. I think it was like 19 when I started. And I got married really young. We were in the ministry together. We pastored for a little while. And I think that was when I met you, like 2010?
Give or take.
Ish.
Yeah.
All right. So things happened. We stopped ministry. We decide, we're really young. We're in our 20s. Let's live, right? And after that, we decided, I'm sorry for pausing. I hear an echo. I apologize.
Yeah.
And
you know what? You just said that somebody just chimed in and said that there is an echo. So we're going to try to work on that. I'm going to see what I can do on my end to tone it down. If you can, just turn your volume down a little bit on your device, and we'll see if we can fix that, because you have some good things that you need to say, and people need to hear what you have to say. And all right, carry on. What are you saying?
All right. I still hear it. It's all good. Everybody just bear with me, I promise you. If you can bear with this echo, I'm going to bear with it too. So, where did I stop? Oh, we left the ministry, and then after that, we kind of left each other.
Okay.
And
Wow.
we didn't leave each other. We went through quite a bit in our marriage, and then it dissolved. There's a lot behind the story, but it dissolved. And after that, I found up back at my parents' house, just like those people, pulling myself up by my bootstraps, and in there trying to heal and deal and getting myself together and starting from scratch. And I was able to do that. So what I'll say is that a testimony isn't a real testimony if you can't share it.
Okay.
So I use my life as the shareable testimony.
Okay.
I felt like all that I had been through, there was some PTSD up in there, a little bit of depression, a lot of insecurities, a lot of things that I had to heal from. And I just couldn't see myself healing from that and using all of those stories and all of that hurt and trauma and having to heal from it and just putting it on a shelf. I felt like it was for people.
Right.
And I would be selfish if I didn't share it to help others with similar stories and similar, I'll just say, needing healing. So, with that being said, I used to do it in little silos, talking to different people, especially women.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could all come together, share, and heal together from our
Yeah.
testimonies? So that's how the We Group was birthed. What we do is we come together, we share, we deal, we heal, we have topics, and since the inception of it, it's grown, and we do other things as well. We spotlight a female entrepreneur at every assembly. Um, we just recently started with like a flea market expo type of thing for female entrepreneurs.
Oh wow.
Also, yeah, we did that back in August. It's
Okay.
really great. They make good money.
Okay.
We give back to the community in ways and so forth. In the future, I feel like I'm answering some of the questions you might ask me. In the future, I see like a shelter. I
Okay.
see a resource center
Right.
for women, a wellness center. I see that we can offer counseling services one day because everything can't happen at the assembly. Some people need
Right.
healing after that and need some resources after that. And it would be great if we can have a space and have those resources readily available. So
Right.
those are the
Let
things
me
that I'm
jump in.
working
Let me
on.
jump in right there. You're exactly right. You're covering a lot of stuff, but I want to kind of focus on a couple things because I think that people need to hear what you have to say. And we realize before I go into it that mental. I put it like this: depression is a real thing. I think earlier in life, it used to be written off as, come on now, just boost yourself up or just, get it together. But it's not that easy. And when you suffer a life event, like your marriage dissolving, I felt that same energy. You're not in the best of moods. I don't believe anyone gets married to get divorced. I do feel like people get married to stay married. And when
Hmm.
it does dissolve, it does hurt to a degree. So that being said, my question was going to be, what was the breaking point, or what was that moment that happened to push you into, what was like the very very beginning of the we group? Like, was there a particular thing that happened, or was it the dissolving of the marriage that pushed you into that, or what? Can you point to any one thing or two or three things?
No, that's a good question. So the We Group didn't happen until years later.
Hmm.
I had to get myself together.
Right.
This is a really good point. Should I try taking my AirPods out?
Taking them out?
Yes, you think
Yeah,
that'd be better?
yeah. Try to take them out. Yeah, take them out and see what happens.
Is there still an echo on?
Yeah, no one said anything
That's
yet,
all right.
so yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I had to get myself together. I don't think that when you are broken in an area and you still have work to do in an area, that you should be an expert on helping others. You need to finish your work.
Hmm.
So I had a responsibility to finish my work. And it's very dangerous if I don't. I still have work to do. I might have healed from a lot of things, right? I say it's a big
Uh-huh.
list of things
Right.
that I've healed from. I still have work to do, and the work doesn't stop. With that being said, those things that I need to be working on, I'm
Hmm.
not going to assume to be an expert on that. I'm really not going to talk about it because I'm still working through it.
Right.
And I just feel like it's a dangerous game when we start talking and trying to help people when we're still in our mess, I guess, for
Hmm.
lack of a better word.
Right.
So it just so the We Group happened when I began to see stability in my life again.
Hmm.
Yeah. So the
So the
depression thing,
depression
though,
thing, though,
I didn't know
I
I
didn't
was
know I was
depressed.
depressed.
I just
I
thought I
just
was
thought I was
sad.
sad.
Mm.
And
And
when I
when I
realized that
realized
I
that
had
I had
triggers and
triggers,
things that would
things
make
that
me
make me
curl up for
curl up for
days,
days,
it could be the
it could
mention
be
of a
the mention
name
of a
or
name or
seeing or any
seeing
kind of
or
memory.
any
I
kind
was
of
like, oh,
memory.
that's
I was
not
like, oh,
normal.
that's not normal.
And I just
And
had to work
I just
through
had to
it.
work through it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that I understand we still have a little bit of an echo, so I'm gonna try to make some adjustments on my side. Um, yeah, someone just commented that they're echoing more since you took your AirPods out, so we may have to go back to them. And I'm sorry, guys, that we're having these difficulties. Um, but nonetheless, we're just gonna press forward. Please, if you guys can bear with the echoing a little bit, I'll try to clean it up on my end, and she'll try on her end as well. But I can certainly relate to the whole aspect of depression versus being sad. It's almost like you don't want to look to say what it is. You want to be told that it's something different, and it's something not as severe as what it is. So even with the whole depression thing, real quickly, um, um, you know, what was it that helped you get out of it? Like, you know, what was like the point that you began to feel some victory or some strength?
Okay.
Okay.
I will
I
say
will say
that
that
I have a
I have
really
a
good
really
support
good
system.
support system.
Hmm.
And
And
for anyone
for
who's
anyone who's
listening,
listening,
if
if
you
you
have people in
have
your
people in your
corner
corner
and you may
and
have
you
pushed
may
them
have pushed them
away,
away,
it doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't
They're
matter.
still
They're
there.
still there.
Hmm.
Call them,
Call them,
reach out to
reach
them.
out to them.
They will be
They
there
will
for
be
you.
there
They
for you.
want
They
to
want
be there
to
for
be
you.
there for
You
you.
don't
You
have
don't have
to
to
lay
lay
down and do
down
this
and
all
do this all
alone.
alone.
Right.
So, with that
So
being
with
said,
that being said,
I had a
I
core,
had a
a
core,
family,
a family,
very, very close
very, very
friends,
close friends,
very,
very,
were very supportive in
very
that time
supportive in that time
to
Hmm.
to
be there for
be
me,
there
to
for me, to
encourage me,
encourage
to
me,
kind of
to
help
kind of help
push me.
push
But I
me.
had to make
But
a
I had to
decision
make a
too.
decision too.
So
So
it was when I made the
it was when I made the
decision
decision
to
to
work through
work
this for
through this
real,
for real,
and also
and also
therapy.
therapy.
Hmm.
I
Oh
had a
yeah.
I had a
therapist at that
therapist
time
at
as
that
well.
time as well.
Hmm.
But you have to
But
make a
you have to
choice.
make a
You can't
choice.
go until
You
you're
can't go
ready.
until you're
You
ready.
have to make
You
a
Right.
have to
choice
make a choice
to be
to
healed
be healed
and to do the work.
and to do the
No
work.
one can force
No
you.
one can force you.
Right. Right. And my friend Beverly Mack, I met her earlier this year. She's loving what's going on here. What we're talking about, a dynamic, coordinator for events. She's talking about how important it is to have a real strong support system. And it's funny because these are the things that we don't talk about in church. I don't want to go off on a church tangent,
Mm.
but what I will say is that a lot of the things that face us in life, in real life, we don't talk about it in church. We talk about other things. And people need to be able to deal with real life, like everyday problems. Not just about like general salvation to get to heaven, but it's about real life problems, things that happen from day to day. And I suffer from that same thing as well sometimes. And I feel like I do have a good support system. My mother, my late father, my brother, and his family, always very encouraging. I have a lot of people in my life, even on my job or contemporaries in the music world, that encourage me. But it's something about when you feel like you are alone, and believe it or not, that's why what you're doing is very
Mm.
important, and other groups like this is very important because there is somebody else that is going through something not exactly like what you're going through, but very similar to what you're going through. And it's very important that you do open up to somebody. Therapy is something, and I'm going to say, you know, in the black community, we kind of like shun those kinds of things sometimes. I guess we feel like we're too strong for it, or that's for somebody else. It's not for me. And therapists, go to school and they study, and they have specialty information and education, and so I commend you for doing all of that stuff too. And so, my next question was going to be like, how did the we group, like, what happened? When did you realize that you were going to start this movement?
I wanted to just make piggyback off of what you said about therapy real quick.
Sure.
I had a coworker when I was looking for a therapist because I was just like, I don't know where to start.
Right.
And she gave me this website, psychologytoday.com.
Hmm.
And you put in your zip code and a whole list. You can filter it however you want.
Hmm.
And I usually say that at most of the we assemblies because I don't have a list of therapists yet on payroll, but one day, okay. But I
You
use
will.
them as a resource and because they help me. And I love that it can
Right.
be that simple. So if you wouldn't mind typing that into the comments, I don't have access to the live,
No, it's
but
okay. What is it again?
psychologytoday.com,
Psychology Today. Okay. I got you.
psychologytoday.com.
Okay.
I believe it's a magazine,
Okay.
but you type in your zip code and you can find a therapist. People who know me know that I give that out all the time because it helped me, and nobody knows your business.
Yeah. 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 I just typed it in. I just typed it in for for anyone who needs to, who wants to look into that, because it
So,
is
but
it's
I'm
very
sorry, you.
important.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying I did type it in, so people can kind of
Thank
get
you.
onto that. But go ahead.
So, when did I start it? 2017. That was my year of, I'll say, cleansing and accepting who I was and accepting that I wanted good things in my life and that I was healed and I was feeling stable and I got my place. I got this new job and I was just feeling good. And I felt like I was, I'm churchy, so I'm about to say I'm ministering to a bunch of people. And I was just pouring a lot. And I was like, man, I wonder if we could, I wonder if this girl can meet this girl and this girl over here can hear her story because they need to hear it. And my best friend, I don't know if she's on listening right now, but she told me, she was like, and I've always wanted to have a women's empowerment group. She said, this is a time, you got to stop, right? It's now. And she put me out there.
Hmm.
She sent a big group text that I was going to be doing this thing on this date and invited people from all over, from DC down here. It was crazy. And I was just like, I guess I am. And it's history ever since. So I appreciate her for pushing me the way she did because we get scared when we begin to live our dreams.
Right. Right.
So
It's good that you have somebody in your life that that's pushing you in that direction. And I know how that is as well. A lot of the endeavors that I'm doing now, I kind of had it in my peer view, but not really, executing. And sometimes you just need to be pushed out there. So, that's very, very important that you have somebody with you in your corner. A lot of times, people will claim that they're in your corner, they're supporting you. And once again, the whole church thing, I'm praying for you, sis, I'm praying for you, bro. But they're not really, and this person saw enough value in what you were going through and enough value in you to push you out there and not to see you fail, but to see you help somebody else because, you've been helped, you're still seeking help, and you are strong enough to be able to help somebody else. And you talked about being, pouring out so much. Somebody said a long time to me that, as much as you pour out, you need someone to pour into you. And it's very important that you have that somebody will pour back into you. And so, it's just like a cup, if you pour all the
Well,
contents out, you pour the contents out, then you have nothing left. So you go to the phase level, then it's like, oh, you're empty. You understand what I'm saying? So it's very, very important. So the We Group is based here in Charleston, South Carolina, right?
hold on. I got to say something about replenishing, about pouring
Okay,
out.
go ahead. Right.
Well, you mentioned people pour into you.
Right.
People got their own stuff going on too. So the pouring in as you get stronger, it's not as frequent.
Right.
So self-care is very important.
Right.
You cannot look for someone to pour into you all the time. You got to find a way to replenish yourself
True.
and find out what happens. Well, how you can replenish yourself, and also go to the source. If you are a spiritual person, then you might need to pray or read or go into worship, or I don't know, get your little gemstones. I know a friend that went to the beach recently and had an experience, and it was so replenishing for her spirit. I'm not here to tell you what not to do. I'm telling you to find what works for you
Right.
and replenish yourself. Take
Right.
care of yourself because your healing and your well-being is your responsibility.
Right. Right. That's it. That's exactly right. Again, and sometimes you all you have is yourself. So you have to look yourself in the mirror and say, "All right, now, buddy, let's get it going. Let's get going. Let's get this thing charged up." And I'm happy that we're able to have this conversation because a lot of people are responding, and I see a lot of eyes, meaning that people are listening. So that means that your message is making some headway, and I do appreciate you coming on. That's the whole purpose of this podcast is to help people. I'm not trying to get rich off of this. If I do, so be it. I'm happy. Thanks be to God. But I do want to help people. And so talking about the We Group once again, I want you to kind of brag on what you guys have done, what you guys are presently doing, and what you guys are going to be doing in the future.
Okay, bragging on we is I'm getting used to it. It's kind of hard because it's like you mentioned, you're not looking to get rich, you just want to help people.
Right.
But it's my baby. It's a beautiful thing that I think has helped many over the years. So we have topics. I'll just tell you a few of those topics just to give you a feel of how things roll. The first one was rejection, overcoming rejection and heartbreak. Um, it was deep.
Mm.
It was good. We shared, and I remember I shared first for that was the very first we event and assembly, reassembly. And I remember I had a really bad knee ache, and I had it for like a year, but I was ignoring it for that year. And that weekend, something happened. That it was that Saturday. The event was Saturday. Had some friends coming down from DC. It was amazing. They were staying at my house. It was amazing. They were coming to support. And Friday, when I woke up, I couldn't walk because my
Oh wow.
knee was so swollen. I was like,
Wow.
what is this? Like, this is my weekend for the thing. Like, what happened? And I heard a soft voice. I'm churchy, so I'm going to say I heard the Holy Ghost say, that I had ignored the pain for so long and the ailment for so long that now it made me immobile.
Wow.
I was limping. I had a ace bandage on. I had ice on it. I couldn't wear my heels I bought, any of it. So now everything in my life has to be restructured because I never took the time to take care of that knee, of that
Right.
pain a year ago. You see, I'm going with this? Well, I use the example that day of how we have to take care of the ailment, not let too much time pass. I get it. When it first happens, it's a little painful, but if you ignore it, it gets worse and worse and worse. So I was able to use that as an analogy, and it was great. It was great. We talked about how to overcome.
Mm.
I won't tell all the things people shared because it's a really safe space for women to share and to get healed. Another topic we had was about forgiveness. That was really good. Another one was about abandonment. We shared some things with that a lot. Sometimes was always boxes of tissue at the assembly, but and sometimes we got to pray, sometimes we got to do whatever. But it's always refreshing. And at the end of every assembly, I spotlight a female entrepreneur. I'm really excited about this one. This is a new young lady that I've known her for maybe 2 years now. She's doing something really great in the community, and I cannot wait for people to see and hear about what she's doing. She is the only vendor,
Mm.
and we just spotlight her business, and we patron her, and we support her, and we uplift her and tell her to, if she brings product, we're gonna buy it.
Mm. Yeah, I think that it's very important, and people are just pouring in comments. I mean, you got it buzzing on this side, a lot of feed going on, and you guys, please don't hang up or don't log off. We're gonna give Shawan's information. You guys can get in contact with her personally, but just a few more things. I think that is good. Somebody just said that they came to one of your assemblies and went on the forgiveness journey, and it helped her, this particular person. So that's very, very good. Tell me this. What is your ultimate goal with this?
To heal the world. That's it. I think
Okay.
that healing is inclusive. It's not just for women, not just for men, not just for kids, not just for adults, but you have to do the work.
Right.
And if I have been placed on this earth, I don't know if y'all heard me say that. I heard it go out. If I've been placed on this earth to help others to heal, I won't be of any good to anyone. I won't feel fulfilled unless I do that. And healing is a message that I'm sure it's not all that popular, and that's okay. But when you're ready, I want to be there to help whomever do the work.
That's good. And if I can say, on behalf of men, we like to try to pretend like we're macho and, we don't hurt and we don't have, disappointments and things like that, but we hurt as well. And I'm one of those men that is okay with, taking time, number one, for self care, and also two, to reflect and figure out, what happened where the hurt came from and how I can be healed from the hurt. And when people hurt you, you can't always look for a person to say I'm sorry, because some people either don't want to apologize or don't know how to apologize. And so you can't always look for the
Mm-hmm.
traditional way to apologize. So you should, try to forgive yourself if you can. That'll be the first step. And, literally just pray for the other person, because you never know, because it could be 20 years and you may have forgotten about the offense, and you could run into the person on the street and they could say, you know something, 20 years ago, I really just did a number to you, and I want to apologize to you, and I want to say I'm sorry. So hurt goes in a lot of different ways, a lot of different categories. And I just really feel like it's very important for us to look ourselves in the mirror and to identify what what what's ailing us. Let me ask you another question. Do you have any role models? Don't give me your parents, or don't give me anybody. Give me somebody else. Any celebrity role models? Just curious. And if you have none, just say your parents.
That's funny. I knew you were going to ask me that, and I was going to say, my mom. But I'll say this. I won't call her a role model, but for many years, I have followed Arianna Huffington. Do you know who that is? She's the Huffington Post lady.
Oh,
Can't
okay. I
even,
know
I don't
that
even know
is.
if I said
Yeah,
her name right.
yeah. I know she is. Yeah.
I follow her on LinkedIn. I read her stuff all the time. I look at her quotes. I don't know that I would call her a role model, but she's a very smart businesswoman. I will say that.
Somebody you admire.
And yeah, I admire her. I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I also Lisa Nichols. I admire her very much.
And Lisa Nichols is who?
She's a motivational speaker and life coach, and she's Steve Harvey had her on like in her early days.
Hmm. Okay.
She was like Steve Harvey's Ayamla, if you will.
Okay. Okay. Um, I think those types of people are important. I'm going to say this because I do feel like you should, give honor where it's due. Personally, my role model was always my older brother, and he's always been there for me, and he's been on here maybe 3 times already. He's like a sit-in person, a mainstay on the a different echelon podcast, but he's always encouraged me to be great, and you have people in your life like your parents, for example, or some of your friends that may see something in you that you don't even see within yourself, and that's the true sign of somebody who's actually in your corner. And you always need to cherish those people and to make sure that they know that they mean a lot to you, because they talk about like depression and sadness and things like that. That one compliment can be the difference between a person's awful day and the greatest day of their life. Just to know that somebody appreciates them, and what they may have done could have been nothing to them. You understand what I'm saying? But it meant a whole lot to you, so you should let them know. I do feel like you
Okay,
have
so you
quite
you did use your brother.
right.
So I have to say, I was going to say my parents. I know you told me I couldn't.
You can say your parents. Go ahead.
They're good people.
Right.
And I do look at their lives as the roadmap. I do in a lot of ways. I think about them when I think of this ministry journey. I'll just say that.
Mhm.
They have really learned a lot and have taught us a lot without even sitting us down to teach us, but they've taught us a lot just in life experience. on how to be good to people and how not to judge people in their mess, because it could be you, and it probably was you.
Right.
And you just have to have compassion on people, and it's their day today, but it could be your day tomorrow. So it's just you have to be careful how you treat people,
Mm-hmm.
even
Yeah.
on social media. If I can, things are
I was about
funny.
to say it anyway, so go ahead.
I laugh. I love to laugh. Things be funny, but everything on social media that you see is not truth. And you have to find your own happiness within yourself and that's your guidepost of how you should live your life, not what you see on social media. So it's yeah, just I'm gonna get off that topic right now. I feel like I'm gonna say some other things I don't want to.
No, that's okay because I was actually going to say it myself. I actually did a post today on, I think, or Facebook or both. They're linked, and it hit me, and I said I'm going to post this, and what hit me was, social media is entertainment. It's not life. Like, people confuse the two
Mm-hmm.
things. They are not the same thing necessarily. In this case, what you see is not always what you get. And what we need to do is learn how
Mm-hmm.
to use social media and not allow social media to use us. Like, it's funny because we have these smartphones and now they're calculating screen time on social media. And if you were to pull it up, I guess on Sundays or Saturday, whatever, you would probably be appalled as to how much time you spend on these various social media platforms. And I think with social media, not to go off on a tangent, but is actually depreciated and devalued interpersonal interaction. So,
Right.
everything is text, everything is Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And I'm using Facebook right now to push this podcast, and also YouTube. But my point is that I have been trying to use it and let it not use me. So that's another thing. That's another a part of depression. People are taking their lives because they don't get enough likes. Like, you think about that.
Mm,
That's incredible.
yeah.
And what's funny is the people that say that they like you don't even like you. They don't like you in real life, and they don't like you on social media. So, for people to put so much weight on that kind of thing is just utterly ridiculous. But, we need to go now. This has been a great conversation. I'll let you have the last word. Please tell people how to get in contact with you. Please give your either email address, your website. Please give all your information. I want people to be able to contact you. Again, in the comment bar, they're just raving about what's going on with you and how they need to hear that. Please let people know how they can get in contact with you.
I first want to say thank you for thinking of me and for noticing that I was doing something. It means a lot, especially since I just did a relaunch of my brand and of We itself. We did a new logo, did a new website, and I think it feels good to know that it was good timing. And I also want to say thank you to those that are watching and that actually
Thank you.
care about me, believe in me, and have been impacted by the We group. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Um, we do have some great things coming up in the future. Um, there is a brother of mine out in California who is working on my 501c3 right now, and he's helping to write a few grants for me. Well, for us, excuse me, for we, and we want to be able to provide resources and the things that we fund, that we do the assemblies and when there's food there and we're in a venue or whatever we do a drive or anything we do, that's from my pocket and that's from your everyone's donations. And it helps to fund what we do. Like if I sometimes give out notebooks at the events or gifts, little candles and things, those are things I purchase because I'm not 501c3 yet. However, it's coming.
You got it.
And I just want to say that the donations do help. And we'll be doing a lot more fundraising this year so that we can just do things on a larger scale, a little more professional, get a building, and do all kinds of great things that are coming in the future. So the website is www.thewegroup.org. O-R-G. Okay. You can email me through the website. You can donate through the website. And yeah, contact me. I'm on Facebook. I'm not hard to find. My name is a little, it's spelled the way it's on the screen. So spell it. Or you could do CJ Gathers too. You can find me that way. But yeah, look at the website. And the new logo.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it earlier today when you sent it to me, and it looks very, very nice. It's very simple, very clean. So it does attract people. But Chajuanna, CJ Gathers, so happy to have you on tonight. Hopefully, you won't be a stranger, and we can have you on again to give us like an update as to what you're doing. But I just want to say this has been a very good conversation. I don't like to call it an interview because we just having a conversation. I mean, clearly I don't write anything down. I just have a conversation with my guests, and I'm just happy and honored to have all of my guests on, and you, the newest guest, and you're part of the family now. So whenever I do a different echelon, a party or a mixer or whatever, you're going to get an invite as well. So I thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank
But
you.
once again, yeah, for sure. Once again, this is a Different Echelon podcast. We're here to educate, to encourage, and to enrich. Thank you again, all you guys that listened and took part in it by commenting. Please go on YouTube, leave a comment. Please hit that subscribe button. A Different Echelon, you'll find my likeness right there. I can't do it right there. Look for the cigar and the glasses and the banner underneath and the fedora. But thank you guys so much for doing that. So I ask you, CJ, do not hang up. Just stay on. I'm just gonna, you know, ask you to exit the studio. But thank you again, all right, for being here. Have a good night. Once again, that was Chajuanna CJ Gathers of the We Group. Lovely young lady that has a whole lot of love and inspiration in her. She has been doing some great things here in Charleston, and she endeavors to do it around the world. But thank you guys again for listening and tuning in tonight. Next week, we're going to have something a little bit different. This is the beginning of the year. It's like a relaunch with everybody over getting away from 2020 over here in 2021. We need to understand and learn how to manage our money. So we'll have Ron Homer, a new friend of mine, a financial advisor out of New Jersey, I believe Ashbury, New Jersey, I believe he's from. We're going to have him on next week, and he's going to help us to be able to not only budget our money, but teach us how to invest our money and make good decisions. So please tune in. It'll be the same time, 6 o'clock p.m. I'll put banners up. I'll put reminders up for everybody on Facebook and on YouTube and all my other social media platforms. So once again, I thank you guys for the love. I thank you guys for your time. You could be doing anything else, but you chose to be here with me, and I really appreciate it. So I love you all. Once again, you guys stay safe. You guys wear your mask. Keep a positive attitude, and like Shawana said, do not go to that dark place. Find somebody, find someone, talk to them. Do not go in the closet because bad things happen in the dark. So thank you so much once again, Shawana, and thank you guys for listening and viewing. Okay, God bless you all. Have a good evening. Goodbye.